All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from the YouTube channel Pro Craps. Here we are on a Wednesday, or Tuesday, I guess, rather, right? Anyway, we're going to get going here with some new stuff today, finally. Let's make some quick announcements here. DiceCon. Oh, hey, good morning, Brian. Brian, you're first up in the list today. Maybe that's the way that the things rolled out, but yeah, you come up first. Awesome. I did not see your short stack challenge live. I overslept today a little bit, actually, so I'm running a little bit behind here, so I'll catch up to that in a bit. I did, though, catch Skill and Luck's videos yesterday. Also, Waylon did a video yesterday on the short stack challenge, which is great. Brian, I'll catch yours here in a bit. I know that Mike did one yesterday. I'm going to switch gears slightly today with regards to the challenges. We're going to go to a 3-unit challenge instead of a short stack challenge. I'm getting an echo. Hang on one second. Close that door. Got the weird sound thing happening in here. And we got cameras messed up everywhere. Good Lord, what happened here? Production issues today. All right, there we go. That should be better. All right, sorry about that. I had to reboot my computer yesterday, which is, I don't care about that, but a Macintosh, you never reboot. They just work forever, these things, right? They're like tanks. I had an issue yesterday that I caused, and I had to reboot it. And when I did that, my 2 cameras reversed themselves as camera 1 and camera 2, they reverse. So all of my entire production here, all the scenes that I got for all the stuff we're doing, all the cameras were jacked up. So I've been fixing stuff anyway, it doesn't matter. Today I want to talk about money management, rack discipline as always. And I'm gonna show you today a new way of thinking about profits. And I've said this before, it's been almost a year, right? We started the channel last June or July, I think it was July last year. And I started out with this series of things in the very beginning. I was doing a build a bankroll thing, and we moved away from that, and we're doing 3-unit challenges. And the 3-unit challenge is basically win 3 units. And that's grown into this idea of playing, because I realized that I was doing it, the way that I play is that 3-stage way of playing. So I moved from the strict 3 units into the 3-phase way as far as how we teach things and everything else. And I'm coming back to the core concept of the 3-unit challenge. So we'll talk about that today here in a little bit. And it does give me a chance to work the rack a little bit. I like to work the rack every single day. If I can do it, I think it helps. So what I'll do probably today is I'll probably roll out a little bit of what Waylon did and a little bit of what Skill and Luck did yesterday in terms of the 3-unit challenge. And we'll see kind of how that works today. And again, the 3-unit challenge versus the short stack, there's 2 different sets of requirements there. And I'll explain those to you when I get to the table today. Because you have to see the differences in what I'm saying. And again, it's going to make your brains have to think a little bit. And I want to inspire you guys to think about things because this game is interesting. And I think the more we think, the better off we're going to be in terms of knowledge of the game. I think knowledge of the game is a big deal. The math-based players will tell you don't have to think. You just play the math. I don't know. To me, like, I want to have some fun too. Like I want to use my brain. I want to tease the game a little bit if I can, and still play in ways that I think are relatively safe. So that's going to be our plan for today. And again, before I leave the screen, your daily reminder to get signed up with Jeremy at ColorUp. Get on this DiceCon for sure. June, going to be great. Go to colorup.club and get signed into the Discord. We can all chat over there live all day long. More importantly, you get involved into the DiceCon. It'll be great. All right, that said, let's see. A lot of people saying hello. So SJ, good morning. Kevin Farm, good morning. Roger, good morning. Uncle Ben's, good morning. And Mike is here too, it looks like, right? Mike from On Point Crafts is here. I see you here. Good morning, everybody. Glad you're here with me again today. I'm, again, sorry for the slightly late start. So with that said, 3-unit challenge. This is not a short stack challenge. This could be a huge stack, okay? You're gonna get 15 units and you're gonna be any size. I don't care if they're nickels or if they're hundreds or if they're 500s. I've done this before with the $500 units just to prove to you that it didn't matter what the unit size was. Your goal or your mission, whether you choose to accept it, is to win 3 units. That's it. If I give you $1,500, you got to win $300. That's it. It's 20% is what it works out to. But don't think about 20%. Don't think about the rolling money. Think about I got to win 3 chips. If I got 15 blacks, I got to win 3 blacks. That's the whole challenge. Can you win 3? That's it. They can be higher than table minimum. So you can take $1,500 in blacks and play at a $25 table. But your goal, 3 black chips. That's it. That's the whole goal. Is 3 units. I don't care what size they are or what the table minimum is. So that you don't have the same constraints that you had with the short stack. The short stack was literally 10 units of table minimum, so you can't go with a smaller amount. With the 3-unit challenge, I could do at the $100 level at a $25 table, and I could take 100 and break it into 4 plays and do 4 $25 things. I just got to be there longer, right? The smaller your bet size, the more you got to win. Do you remember that talk that we had a while back, which when I said to you, and this goes way back to goal setting, which is the least number of wins you have to make, right? The higher your chances to make them. In other words, if my goal is to win 3 units, right? And I've got $1,500, I can win 3 units in 3 rolls if my 300s happen to hit. I can be in and out of there lickety split. If I break, and again, it's 3 wins to win goal, 3 hits to win goal. If I break those hundreds down into quarters, and I'm playing at the $25 level with that kind of bankroll, now I've got to win 12 times, right? 3 times 4 is 12, right? 12 wins against the house to win $300. Make sense? So I'm not advocating for you to bet your entire bankroll. What I am saying is be aware of the fact that as you reduce your bet size, you must increase the number of wins that it takes to hit your goals. So the 3-unit challenge is a fun way to, I think, go after this thing and say, well, how can I win 3? Can I win 3 by being a little more aggressive on the monetary level or a little more aggressive on the bet level? Because you can be aggressive with more bets with lower levels versus with the higher levels. So anyway, that's it. We're going to do 3-unit challenges for the next little bit. And again, the idea here is always with the eye on the goal, the eye on the 20% goal. So that's going to be, that'll be the thing. I'm looking at the chat here, by the way, and I see this, never go to a casino to have fun unless you're not going to gamble. I get what you're saying, and Mike, of course, is disagreeing. I love craps too, and I always have fun when I'm playing it. But I'm not going to sit there at a table and just go, come bet max odds all day long. I'm just not going to do it. I may as well go to the Baccarat table and bet banker all day long. To me, that's the same thing. Like if I'm going there strictly to just play math, I'm not playing craps. I'm going to go play a different game. I'll go blackjack, count cards on a 3-2 table. I'll go play Baccarat and bet banker all day long. This game lets me think a little bit. Again, I really have a distaste for putting money in a machine and waiting for it to tell me if I win or not. I don't want to put money on a table and let the table say, well, thanks for your money, you're going to flip a coin, you win or lose. That to me takes the enjoyment out of it, I guess. Enjoyment's the wrong word. It feels more like a job in that respect, although I do love those other games. This game here lets me think a little bit, and I enjoy it. My brain likes to think. So when I say have fun, I like the challenge of it. I like the thinking through it, and I like to think I'm smart enough to do it and win with my brain a little bit. And I think that craps lets me use my brain. That's why I do it, James. I do go to win money. There's no question. I'm always there to win money. But I like using my brain to do it. I get more satisfaction out of the win when I've thought through something and I have a plan versus just, again, betting banker all day long. That to me is not as, I hate to say the word worth it because I do want to win the money. And it's not as joyful, I guess, is what the word, or not as satisfying. I get satisfying is the right word for that. I want to win, and I want it to be, I don't want the refs to call a penalty, so I win the game. Does that make sense? So here we go. Winning money is fun, by the way. Who's saying is that? Winning money is Tony Leo. It's fun to win or something. That's his saying. All right, let's go to the table. Enough of me yapping. Let's walk back over here. We may even play 3 strategies today. We'll see how this goes. But I want to make sure that I want to make sure we pay attention to the strategies that were brought yesterday in the short stack challenge, because they can also work for this one. I'll show you what I mean by that here in a second. I was playing. You can see my chips here. I was practicing last night at the black level. Let's go ahead and do. Actually, you know what? No, I'll break them down. I think the greens are maybe easier to see. And let's do basically what Skill did yesterday. First, so in the 10 unit challenge, or in the short stack challenge, you've got 10 units, and I think I got 12 here. No, there's 5 greens, 2 stacks of 5 greens, 10 green chips at a $25 table. Okay, that's a hard game to play right there when you've only got 10 chips. And that was the point of the challenge, was to play 10 chips at table minimum. What do you do? Now, here's what we did. Skill and Luck ran it, and his first video didn't go the greatest, and then got better as we went. Let me show you what's up here. Skill and Luck did this one, where he basically did a do we don't. Now, he acknowledges that not everybody will. Some people get mad at this for some reason. I don't know why. I just can't do it. My casinos don't allow it, so I can't do this. So in his strategy, what he did was pass and don't pass, and then the 6 and the 8. We'll break that down to the quarters, or nickels rather. And he went 6 and 8, and that was it. He rode this out, and basically took the wins, went to the don't pass with it, and essentially that was it. So he rolled it out like this. He went from here to here, and he took odds with the wins from the 6 and the 8, and really didn't collect a whole lot until the end, when the 7 kind of popped for him. And that was it. That was basically the whole strategy right there. It worked out well once and not so well once. It was pretty cool. Waylon did a variation of this where he went 36 and 38 and then 25 in the field, and he laddered from here. So if he lose the field on a 5, or if he lose it all on a 7, he'd bump it all up what he would call one level, but it wasn't really a level. He would go from 25, in this case 25 to 35, another 10 bucks. Like, he wouldn't go double, double, double. He would ladder up on a smaller level and work it that way. So that was the 2 things that I saw on the tube yesterday, so I want to go ahead and do that. I'm going to give them both some time here and roll them both out, and we'll see how we do. I'm going to go switch the cameras here. So while I'm doing that, we're going to put the quote up from old number 7. Am I lucky or good? Both. You're always lucky, right? You have to have a strategy that's going to take advantage of what the table's doing, right? That's luck, actually, right? Putting your chips where you want them to be and having the dice cooperate with you is luck. Where I'm good is money management, right? You can't be good at betting, right? You can know the table, you can know what bets are likelier, you can work your moves around the table, and you can be good at sort of that kind of thing. But that has a very small percentage on how you're going to win. Your strategy, the core strategy that you play, has to work with the dice, or it has to work with time, one or the other. But I'm really good at money, and that's where I think I separate myself from almost everybody, is the way I manage my money, because I don't lose big, because I work the game in a different way than most people do. I treat this like a transaction, and like I said, for me, that's where I have my fun. My fun is the algorithm of how am I going to do it versus the algorithm of putting my bets all over the place. Here we go. Let's run skill strategy. We've got 30 on the 6 and the 8, 25 on the don't. I'm going to play the 25 on the don't clean because I don't have a pass line. I can't do we don't. I'm going to play it like this. We're going to get burned on the 7 a few times. It's the way that it's going to work. I'm sorry. But at this level, with the constraint that we have here, and again, the big constraint is table minimum is what I've got 10 units of. So we're going to go ahead and get to the 8 here. I'll move this 8 to the 9 and take my lammer off. I'll run this through once so you can see what his process was. I'll take the nickel back, by the way. There's a 4, 2, 6. That's going to pay 35 bucks. Okay? And with the 8 being the point, you got to lay in units of 6. So for now, we'll bridge it up, and I'll rack a nickel for myself over here. Another 6, that's beautiful. Again, I'll pay 35 bucks, and I think Skill is not pressing these up, so it's $35 win on the 6. We're going to go ahead and take 30 bucks and take additional odds back here and rack that nickel. Against the 8, that's about as high a lay as I'm willing to do against the 8, 2x. I don't love lay bets anyway, but that's where his money's going. There's a 5. At this point, I want a collect system here. My odds, I'm happy with where my odds are at this small level. So we lose on the 7 up here. But down here, 16 odds, it pays 50. So we ended up losing a nickel off the field in that case. Not a bad run there. So let's take a look at where we ended up. Again, a little quick reassessment here. So if I've got, there's 5. There's my 10 units I started with. There's a quarter on the field. And here is, quickly made, 25 bucks. I'm gonna actually color that so you can see it. So there's 25, 35, 40. If I take this out, that's 50, 65 bucks in one shooter, okay? If we're playing a 3-unit challenge, I've done it, right? Out of 100 bucks, or out of 10 units, I made 2.5 back. That's over 20% win, okay? And do the math, you're done, right? If my short stack was a short stack full of profit, like I had already won money and I'm playing with the short stack because I won and this is what I have my excess to play with, right? I would probably rack a quarter of that and put this back in, and now my short stack has 11 units in it and I can play a little higher, a little longer. That was the skill and luck plan. Very simple. I'm glad that it worked out that way the first time because we can move on. Nice, easy plan, right? Press up your odds down here to increase your action there, get a couple collects in here, and you're gone. Right, nice and simple. What Waylon did yesterday for the short stack was this. We'll take the puck off. Waylon went similarly. I'm going to get these out of here because they're actually going to reset the rack here. That's going to be, so 9 greens and 5 reds is 10 units at the $10 level. Waylon goes here, 6 and 8, and a quarter in the field. And his strategy was to not take the 5. We'll take the losses on the 5. We're gonna parlay the field win. We're gonna be an aggressive down here and passive up here. These are just gonna pay. We're gonna take 10 bucks on these wins as rack, 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 rack. We're looking for a field parlay chance. That's the whole point. Okay. I would have done this with the field progression. He's doing it with a straight ladder or a straight parlay. I'm good. On a loss, we ladder up a partial unit. Okay. We're always working. In Waylon's strategy, you're always working. So there's a 4. That pays in the field, parlay it up. There's a U11, parlay takes and wins. So you're gonna win 3 units off that deal, okay? Now again, look at where we are. My rack minus that field bet, and these 2 here is clean. If I were looking at this from a I need to win 20% standpoint, I could pull this down, and just like skill and luck, I've won 50, I have 75 bucks, just like that, off that win, right? That's what you're looking for with something like that. You're looking to crush it quickly. We're gonna go ahead and reset it and keep playing it just to get a lens on what it looks like, but that's exactly how that's supposed to work, all right? Here we go. Let's roll back out here. That's gonna be an 8. So in this case, we lose the field, but the 8 pays 35. We're gonna rack the 10. We're gonna replay the 25. And do this until we lose. I'll make sure that we lose a couple times and I'll show you how the stepping works. There's a 10 that pays in the field and we always parlay our field wins. 314, that's the second time the parlays worked. So the parlay didn't work once and it worked twice. That's really good, okay? Pull this back to the rack. Now the rack, boom. Initial bankroll safe. There's about 75 bucks in the rack plus 85 bucks on the field. Or on the layout. That's amazing. 5, 2, 7. We lose it all. But if you're short stacking it, you're saying, well, out of 10, I've made 3. There's 25 bucks in reds. I've made 30%. Boom, done. Good job, Waylon. That's a good little strategy right there. If you can catch the field, it works good. We made money today in the field, never up here with this one. But let's go ahead and ladder it up. I want you to see how we ladders it, just to get a sense. I'm going to dig back into my starting bankroll to do that. The ladder looks like 35 in the field, and we're going to go, I need more quarters here, or more nickels rather. We're going to go up by 10 bucks. So we were at 30. We're going to go to 42 up here. So up by one $10 unit, essentially. We've got to get whites for the 5s. So now we're at 42 up top. That'll pay 50. We're at 35 down here. So we laddered up a little bit following the loss. Let's see what we can do with that. There's a yo 11. So on a win, that's going to pay 35 down here. We're going to take these back down to the base. After that win, they come right back to base. So we're not going to be out here very long with our pants down. We're going to get out of it as quickly as possible. On the field win, what happens is this. We're going to go ahead and ladder back up what the base was. So the base goes parlayed. The excess comes back to the rack. So with that transaction, we almost win back what we had lost on the previous one. And that's how he does that. And just keep rolling it through. There's an 11. Once again, the field parlay today is paying the rent. I ran this strategy a few times in practice, and I never hit a field. I was working this thing like a rented mule down here, and I could not get a field to win ever, let alone parlay. And I kept losing my whole bankroll because the field wasn't winning. Today, the dice are doing what they're supposed to do, right? I look like a genius. There's an 8. Okay, 8 pays 35. We're gonna, again, replace the field loss, rack those nickels. And remember, we're already clean. Our rack is already replenished on the bankroll side. Everything over here and out here, profit. 437. Okay, so we're down these. Had we pulled them back, our profit stack would have been over $100. That would have been pretty sweet. Let's ladder up one more time, get a hit, and we'll get out of here. I'm gonna pull from this side this time. I'm not sure if I have enough money to do it. Let's see. I don't actually, but we'll see how far we can get with it. Let's get a couple of quarters here. In the field is gonna go to 35. These are gonna go to 42. All right, so now we're down a little bit to make this play happen. 325. All right, so on the 5, what happens is we lose our field bet of $35. We have to bump that up now. We got to get the field. Now it's going to go to $45. I need to get some more reds here. 35, 45. These are going to have to get up by another $10. Okay, they're going to go to 54. Let's get some more whites out of here. Now we're playing the game. 54. Okay, now we're gonna take one hit on one of these things, one play at it anyway, and then we're gonna come back down to the base if we can do it, okay? 7 out, ooh, 7 out, that's not good. All right, so this all goes away. Now we gotta work. I'm not sure we can even do it. We gotta go to 50, we gotta go to 60 up top. And all I've got is 25. We'll do a quarter in the field and hope for the best here. 6, 2, 8. Okay, so the 8's gonna pay $70. Field's gonna lose. We're gonna go back and I'm gonna reduce back down to base, back to the field for 1 unit. 6 and the 8, back down to the original base here. We'll take 1 hit and roll back. And although our rack isn't perfect, right? We're not at 0 like we were a second ago. So we luckily got a hit and battled back a little bit. 415, this is gonna be tough to come back from though here. We'll lose this. I've got to go back here to 35 because we're gonna bump it up by 1. These are gonna go to 42 now. So we're gonna go to 10, 8's at 42. I need to get some more reds here. Actually, need to get 4 reds and 5 whites to make that work. 42. Okay. We need some love here. We need the dice to give us some love. I want those fields to parlay again for me. That's where we made our money earlier. There's a 5, 3, 8. Okay. That's going to pay 50 for 1. We're going to work backwards now. So we're going to go back down. I believe I'm playing this correctly. Waylon will, of course, tell me that I got it right or got it wrong, but I think I got the pattern here. Okay, this is gonna lose, obviously. Oh, I didn't pay my, oh, I did. That's right, 50. So we're gonna go back here, down to base in the field, and rack that 1/4 back. Let's get those consecutive wins. Damn it, 7. Okay, down in flames that goes. The best I can do here is a 6 and an 8. I can't go out with a full, I should be laddered up here and I can't do it. That's gonna be a 1/4 in the field. We need help. We need help. Ooh, there it is. That's a big help. Loving that. My table, that pays triple. Parlay that up. Let's get it done. 8. All right, $35. Bummer, the parlay doesn't pay off, but we're on the 12, so we got a couple. That's actually pretty cool. Into there we go. Into here we go. And we're grinding here. And I want you to remember what I said earlier, when I said I'm really good at this. I'd have been out of here a long time ago, right? The minute that I was up in that stage there where we had worked and we had whatever it was, about $75 here plus 100 out here, I'm out, man. That's the time you boogie out of here. I just wanted you to see that. I wanted you to see it, the rhythm of this thing go up and down as we played it. That's why I stayed in here, but I wouldn't have played it that way. I would have been gone way early. There's a 7, 5, 2, 7. But it's good to see how the pattern works of up and down as we go. So we're gonna have to only do the 6 and the 8 here. I'm down. I don't know what Waylon would do here. Would you go field or 6 and 8? I would probably do this. I would be aggressive and pick one of them and go field, because that field parlay can make it work. Didn't matter anyway, 7 out. So this time it didn't work. But the first run through, it worked fantastically. So that is the 2 short stack plays we saw yesterday on YouTube played out. And again, I think they're both interesting. I like the attack on the field. And again, the field is one of those things where you just saw it, man. That thing is streaky as all hell, right? The field is streaky. You can definitely make hay in the field like we did earlier, or it'll just bleed you dry like it did in the end. And you saw we won 2 or 3 parlays early, excuse me, and we lost 2 or 3 in the end, and also the 5 was crushing me, right? So that's just what happens, right? James, you're right about this. I love that statement. If everybody walked out with 2 wins, we would close. But you know what? It takes balls to do that. Like, it really does. That's not easy to do. I'm okay with it. I just don't care. I don't need to be there. Like I said before, my statement about making it fun is the way that I play is fun for me. I'm sorry why this is even still on the screen. This shouldn't even be on here. Sorry about that. And that was distracting. The fun for me is the thinking part. The fun for me is that. It's not so much the screaming and yelling of the game. I would have walked right up in there. We saw it, right? In the first 4 or 5 shots that we hit, right? When I was up 85 here plus the 100 out there, I am done, man. That's it. I'm out. Don't need to be here because time is your enemy. And you saw it just now, right? The ebb and flow of that roll, we were doing great. The longer you stay, the more they win. Over time, they will get you, right? The house edge is the thing that will A, burn you over time, and B, the more time you're here, the table will work itself out, right? We had more field numbers come than should have early. We had less come than should have late. Over the whole session, the field did exactly what it should have done. I bet if we recount the rolls early on, I was probably hitting, I don't know, I probably hit 7 fields out of 10 numbers early. I probably hit 2 out of 10 late. Overall, 9 out of 20 is about where the field's gonna be, maybe a little less than that, right? That actually was a great mathematical lesson to watch that happen. I'm glad that it happened the way that it did. All right, let's do a 3-unit challenge. I'm gonna buy in for 1,500, and I'll show you how this works. There's gonna be, I'll just do all blacks. Okay, 3 sets of 5 blacks. That one's actually light, those 2 are light. $1,500. There's 5, there's 1,000, and there's $1,500. Okay, I'm gonna play the Headless Horseman at this level. And I'll do a full series on the Horseman here coming up. I'm just gonna play it today, maybe a little aggressively, we'll see. I'm gonna play it twice. I'm gonna play it once where we're all black the whole time, okay? Try and win 3 units as fast as we can. And again, if I do it with the black level, I will lose my bankroll way faster. I've only got 15 shots at this damn thing. Matter of fact, the Horseman is 4 shots, right? Essentially. So I've only got really 3 cracks at it here to make this work. But to win 3 blacks with 3 wins, be great. The next time I run it, I'll take 2 blacks at a time, and I'll do 1 black on the don't and 4 greens in play. So we're gonna play this thing 2 different ways today. Just again, I want you to get a sense of the rhythm and what it looks like to stay at level versus bet up and work down. So here we go. We're gonna come out on the don't. At the $100 level, I'm probably gonna lay the 10, okay? I don't wanna burn a quarter of my per shooter money. And again, the Headless Horseman works where you're putting four units out per shooter, right? One don't and 3 comes. I'm gonna use 2 of those comes as a lay in the 10 to protect that on the way out. I'll bring them back. Get away from Big Red here, or from the 10. So, bummer, down $100 out of the gate. We're gonna go back in 1 time. 617, oh my God. Now we're working hard here. We're gonna come back to here, let him get a point. I won't get burned twice. All right, here we go. There's that. Into the come. We're gonna get 2 unprotected come bets this time, and that's gonna be it. And one of them goes to the 10, which is my favorite number for a come bet. Not. And the yo. That's good. The yo pays me back. Okay, the way I play the Horseman, every come bet's got a job to do, which is to get paid. If that one got paid, it's coming right back to the rack. This bet here is what I have. For that shooter, I've got 1 bet left that has to work for me. And that's all we got. 628. Another 628. 617. Okay, we lost that one. But in the end of that thing, we just really lost the 2. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Okay, next 4. Here we go. Puck is off. Now, to win 3, when you're down by 1 or 2, makes it harder. You have to work a little bit more to make this happen. Here we go, coming out. 6, 4, 10 is the point. Are you kidding me? All right. Wow, Horseman today is not want to be ridden. Here we go. Coming out with 1. This is ugly, ugly rolling today. And we're on the, you gotta be kidding. It goes to the 10 and we lose our don't. So, all right, I've lost 1/3 of my money at this point. Here we go. Coming out. Again, I'm still in the same shooters, 4 units. The way I play this thing is I put 4 units up. I'm not gonna switch to my next 4 until this one is done. Making money or losing money, until they all resolve. There's a 4. Another 4. Wow, I should be on the outsides today for sure, right? There's a 6-5 yo. 5-1-6. Come on, where's that 10? That 10 rolled like 5 times earlier. Let's get it. Aces. Hard 8. Square pair. Get a little bit of coffee. That's my 7. I was waiting for that. Good. We lose our money. I'm glad. So happy we lost all our money. Let's do it again. All right, next 4 chips are up. Boy, we're getting hammered here. I'm gonna beat that dead horse though. Here we go. All right, that's good. The shocker. Finally, a little bit of love on the back end there. We'll take that for sure. Okay, here we go. 6. Point to 6. Take the lay bet down. That's the first time I'm able to get clean. That's going to move to the 9, that come bet. Second one's out. 7 out. Perfect. We lose the 9. We get paid in the come. Get paid on the don't. There's our 3 units for the next shooter, put one back to the good. So we racked a black on that one, which is what you want. Protect our don't. Avoiding big red, or avoiding big red being the 10 this time. That's going to be an 8. Moves to the 8. Don't love the 8 on the don't, but it is what it is. Now, what I could also do here is be aggressive with that. I won't in this scenario. I'll do it at the quarter level. Then moves to the 5. Next one coming out. There's a 5. That's great. That's off and on for 1. There's our 7. We'll lose the 5. Get paid here and get paid here. And now we've earned most of it back. We're only down 2 units. So we did battle back a little bit there, which makes me a little bit happy. So let's take 4 units. Again, at this level, I'll do it one more shooter here, because I want to show you how to break this down into a smaller level and see the difference in the win percentages. So there's a 6, 2, 8. Layback comes down into the come. These strategies are interesting because when they work great out of the gate, they work great out of the gate and you're fine, right? Here's a 5, 2, 7. But if you go down a little bit and you have to fight back, winning 3 units becomes really hard to do. It's hard to win 3 units. You think it's easy to take 15 chips and win 3. It seems like no brainer, but if these guys don't play along with your little plan, it don't work. All right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next shooter. This can go back to the rack, and at this moment, I'm back to even. There's 5, 10, 11 chips, and 4 is 15. I worked back from being down to my last stack down there, so we're doing okay. Oh, I should be in the lay 10, by the way. Lay 10, hard 8. Sorry, I was talking and not paying attention. Okay, here we go. Coming out. What's that, a 4, 2, 6? Good. Good place for it to land. Here we go. Let's get a roll here this time. 5, 4, 9, last come bet. And here is the case where the horseman breaks you even on the 7. We get the 8 though. Here's the nightmare for the horseman. It's the one case the horseman that is the worst, right? You hit your point and lose it. The puck goes off. You have 3 come bets that are just working out there with no protection at all. This is where the 7 will crush you. And I run into this quite a bit and knock myself down, but you know, dice do what dice do. There's a 9. That comes down. That gets paid. I do not come back to it, right? These 2 bets here have their job to resolve themselves. I'm on the 2 best numbers that I can be on with those come bets. I'm fine with that. I could come out here with odds on those things. I actually may do some of this, right? We may, why not? Why not be a little bit aggressive here? Because we have, you know, we're in okay shape here. If one of those 2 hits, that's got to be actually multiples of 6. No, we're good. 5 to 6. Those will win 120 each if we can hit them. 6, 5, yo. 6, 5, yo. I'm so used to playing dark side that I get my odds reversed when I'm doing the right side now. Oh, great. 5, 1, 6. That's going to come down. Here's how it pays. 100 flat and 120 for the $100 in odds. If I bring this back to the rack, let's take a look at where we landed here. There is my starting bankroll. Here's 20 bucks in profit, and I've got 200 out here. So I've made 2 out of my 3 units already. We're doing good. We actually are fighting hard here and working our way back to glory if we can do this. 5, 3, 8. Hell yeah. That's gonna, again, it's gonna pay 220, right? 100 for the front, 120 for the back. And there, my friends, there's my 1,000. There's 4 chips plus a bunch of reds. So 4 chips. So we did it. We made our 3 units. We had to work for it. We were down to our skinnies. Excuse me. We're down to our skinnies down here, but we fought it back and it worked out. Right? That was hard to win 3 chips out of 15. That actually was harder than I wanted it to be. But it is what it is, right? When you're playing at the top level of your stack. In other words, if I have $100 chips and I'm playing only with $100 chips, I have to just win 3 times to make it work. But sometimes 3 wins from down there I actually had to win like 15 times, all right? Let's do it again. Puck will be off here. I'm gonna work that again, but now I can be a little bit more aggressive. I'm gonna actually change my bet levels, and we'll do things a little bit differently this time. So puck is gonna be off. I'm still gonna do a $100 don't. I'm still gonna work the 10 as a lay bet. I should put the lammer on there to save it on the way out. But I'm gonna break this down, and instead of doing 4 units, we're gonna do it like this. I'm gonna show you this. We're gonna go to $200 per shooter, which gives me more shots at this thing. I'm gonna need more shots to make this work at this level. I know these are hard to see because they're black against black here, but sorry. So what I've got is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and here's the 15. So we're gonna go 2 black units per shooter besides this lay bet. Here I go. We're gonna come out to a 7. So vig aside, that's a wash. I'm not gonna worry about the vig. There's a 9, 6, 3, 9. The point will be 9. Now, I'm gonna bring these back to the rack, and I'm gonna use, again, one black chip instead of 4 black chips for the horseman, for the riding. This black chip, I'm just gonna put this in the back here. And make that look like 4 greens. And instead of coming with 4 or 3 black size combats, we're gonna come with 3 green size combats, and I've got a green that I can use for other things. So I'm gonna basically do $200 per shooter instead of $400 per shooter, if that makes sense to everybody. I see a question up there. Mark's asking, what do I do when it's being a bully? You'll see. In this strategy, I have more leeway. And when I'm playing at the all 100 level, you're kind of stuck where you are. Here, I'm gonna take some choices here. We're gonna come once. Watch what I do here. I'm gonna try and not so much read the table, but we're gonna try and make some smart plays. I've got an extra chip here that I can play with. That'll move up here. At this level, I try and transition out of the horseman. At the bigger level, I try and stay with it. So there's a 6, 4, 10. So that's actually gonna be a good off and on for a quarter there. That's gonna go into the side of the rack. And actually what I'll do here is this. Off and on for a quarter. I'll take that win. Let's pick up something. Let's pick up the 5 for right now. And I'll start building my way out. Ah, bummer, we lost it. At this level, you've got more leeway, more things you can try and do. There's this 5, 4, 9. Okay, that's a real bummer. Lose that. Like last time I got picked off. But now what I've got, puck being off, I've got 2 combats set. I've got the 5 place. I have 1 combat that still actually can work for me on the way out. I may drop this out here as odds. Coming through here. There's gonna be a 10 for the point. That's beautiful. That's gonna come down and be paid. What I'm gonna do here is pick up the 6 and the 8 with that. And just like that, I'm out of the horseman. So the horseman, to me, especially at a lower level, the job for it is to not be it anymore. I wanna use those bets to win and get other money out and play. Now I did lose the 100 down here, which sucks. These bets have to win for me to get back that 100 that I lost, but effectively, I've moved it into a different thing and not even playing the horseman anymore. I'm now just playing craps. It's gonna pay 35. Okay, these will same bet and then press after that. I always same bet the first one when I'm being cautious, and we'll press afterwards. 6, 3, 9, awesome sauce. Pays 1 to 1. I'm gonna just keep the 9 going. Rack that other quarter. I've moved it down into a place bet. Midnight. Now I've got 160 inside, or 110 inside, effectively paid for by the combats paying for themselves, except for that loss on the don't. Okay, puck's off, everything's off. 415 is the new point. 1, 2, 3, the shaka. 5, 4, 9, amazing. $35. And again, same bet. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick little recap with you where I am. And again, just for visual purposes only, I'm gonna do it like this. There's $100 that we have pulled off the table. That's the $100 that we lost. Okay, so think about it in terms of what has happened in your life. We've replaced the 100 that we lost on the don't through these little wins in here. Now I'm still at risk up here. These 4 green bets still feel like the same 4 green bets that I started with, $100 plus 4 greens. I'm not even there yet, right? Because that $100 loss hurt so bad, we have to now work to pick it back up again. So just so you know, I work my rack in such a way that I always am aware of that kind of stuff. There's a 5, 4, 9, and just knowing where I am. So we have a $35 win. I'm gonna put the 5 and 9 both up to 30 and rack a quarter. 6-5 yo doesn't do a thing for me. I'm gonna get my rack set back to right. It's bugging me that those are in the way. Hard 10, not on it. 6-2-8. Okay, the 8 is ready to be pressed. It pays $35. We're gonna go ahead and drop a nickel and bring that to $42. Or yeah, we'll go to 42 with it. There's 42. I'm gonna rack that quarter. So the 8 will pay 50 for 1 now. There it is. I'll take that payment the first time through. Now, these 4 greens represent the 4 greens that we started with out here. So if I color those up to another $100, my rack now is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 black chips. It's where I started, plus what I have out here in the world. So right now I'm at 50, 100, 25, 127 in the field, plus $7 over there. So I've earned 1 unit. All that work. This represents about $100 or so. So in a 3-unit challenge, by breaking down a bigger size chip into green chips, I gotta win so many more times just to make 1 freaking unit. And I've done it. I've made my 1 unit, right? I could turn them off and pull it down. Probably the smart thing to do right now is to pull these off, turn them down, take a breath and wait, okay? I'm gonna play it out so you can see it play out. But honestly, at this point, that was a pretty good run. We're probably roll 11 or so in this thing. This feels like the right time to be like, okay, we made our 1 unit with that shooter. Let's pop it and re-roll. Here we go. I'm gonna let it play itself out. We'll work these bets like we can. Hard 4. But my sense of being able to turn this into 3 black chips is not high, right? We're gonna have to work harder than that. That's gonna pay $42. Okay, let's see, $42. And what we'll do is we'll press again, 5 and 9 both up to 35. Those will pay 50 for 1 now as well. Working that profit. Here we go. Hard 6. Hard 6 pays $35. And again, I'm going to drop $2 here and press that 6 up. Also to 42. That'll pay, everything's paying 50 now. The whole board's paying me $50 for 1. There's a 5. 50 for 1. $6. You guessed it. 50 for 1. My profit at this point is let's see, there's 152 plus what's out here. Actually, you know what? We're done. If I do the math in my head, I think we're about done. There's 152 in profit here in the rack. If I pull this down, let's see where we are. I think we're at goal, actually. I'm gonna color these reds up real quick. That was easier than at the black level, actually. 1, 2, $300. So that right there, if you color them out, 3 units. So the horseman that time, actually we made 3 units at the green level easier than I made it at the black level, only because the dice cooperated. That was a what I would consider to be a monster-ish roll for chucking dice from 2 feet away from the back wall. That's actually a pretty good result right there. So won 3 units twice. Once I had to work harder than I wanted to. Once it actually worked out pretty well. But again, one time I used the same unit size the whole way through. When you work 15 units as 15 units, it's hard. You got to win less times, but it's hard to make those things work. Breaking these things down into smaller chunks, so 100 plus 4 greens, I have more options out here with the green level than I do with the black level, but you got to win so many more hits. I had to take, what, 11 or 12 hits there just to make the money. So it's work, but it's fun work, and I like that. All right, let's come back over here and chat about it. Come back to the notes screen. All right, a lot of stuff in chat here, which I've not been watching the chat. So there's 52 people here, which is great. So Vince, you're wrong. You're wrong. You say 27. Here's what's going on. We have half the people on Pro Craps channel, half the people on the Casino Gaming TV channel, which is fine, right? We're still split audience. I'd like to get everybody on Casino Gaming TV at some point, but for now, we're gonna just go ahead and let it be split and good. But I appreciate all the viewership, of course, right? Let's see. You're saying playing defense. I guess you guys are talking about other things here, so that's fine. Let's see, what do we got here? Again, to Mark, my switch to strategy when it's being a bully, it depends on how it's being a bully, right? Define being a bully, because the horseman gets beat to me I find it gets beat in 2 major ways. One way I get beat is when I'm in the cum and I'm throwing a ton of craps numbers. That happens to me more often than I care to admit. I lose a chip or 2 in the cum. It seems like out of every 3 shooters, I lose at least 2 chips in the cum on craps numbers. That's being a bully to me. If I'm seeing that, I might go into the field more. Like if I'm feeling like I'm getting a lot of that, especially if I'm rolling it, that might be an indicator that I need to be on the field side for a little bit and maybe use the field with the come out roll like I do to kind of mitigate some of that stuff. That's an option for me. If it's the other way the horseman goes south, really south, it's hitting points. If I'm hitting points all the time like I did today, I hit the point, how many times? 3 times today? I think 3. At least 2, probably 3 times. If I'm in that situation, I'm probably placing the point, depending on what it is. I'm probably gonna go out there with the don't pass, get the 3 come bet set, and then place the point. That might be a thing I would do to help myself through it. You know, but as you saw here, I transitioned from the come bets into place bets right away and start pressing. And I use the come bet payments to fund that. So that the horseman itself, and I'll talk about this when I do the full horseman day with you all. The horseman is designed, let me go back to the table. I have a few minutes that we can talk here. The horseman is designed from the outset to do this. It's designed, and I'll do it with quarters, just to show you what I mean. The horseman is fully designed to take advantage of the 7. That's all we care about, because all those short rolls that we see, whatever the percentage is of rolls that don't get to roll 4, that's what it's for. In this case here, you win 125 bucks on the early 7. If it gets set and the next come bet's out there, in this case, you'd lose 1, right? But you'd win it there. You win $100 net on the early 7. If 2 of them are set, I win 75 bucks on the early 7. If it gets set, now I've got 3 bets working for me, which is good. At this point, with the extra chip, why not go with odds? Why not go for a field parlay? Why not go down here and start laying? You have options here. You can put this one in the don't and let it start working the backside for you. The horseman's designed to fight the 7 early. Then, as these things pay, turn them into place bets. You can take one of those bets and get 2 bets out of it. That one comes down and gets paid. Grab the 4 and the 10. This one comes down and gets paid. Take your other 25 bucks and grab the 6 and the 8. Now you still have 4 units at risk. Your initial 4 greens are out here somewhere, but you've picked up 4 other bets with it, right? That's the idea behind the horseman, is to move away from what it was into something different. That's always been the goal, but win early, right? Profit, profit, profit on those early 7s and then move to something else for sure. And again, what you move to could be anything. Again, I'll put those 3 come bets back. There's no reason why you can't get paid a quarter and come to the dark side. There's no reason why I can't get paid a quarter here and stack them both, go to the field. There's no reason why you can't do those kind of things. You got options. The horseman is the strategy that I feel like, to me, has the most options as a player that I can bob and weave if I need to. I'm set up good early. If the roll goes past 4, we're also going to be in pretty good shape if you're happy to catch the things that we want to catch. So that's the reason why I do it. So, yes. And that's funny. My live chat, yeah, it happens here, Eric. I'm going to just call this out. What's happening is when we're on the wrong channel, right? When you have people on both channels, they're not seeing each other's chats. I'm seeing all of it. I can see the whole chat from both channels mixed up. You guys only see the channel that you're on. So everybody go to Casino Gaming. Go to Casino Gaming TV and watch from there. It's going to be a more unified experience. It's going to take us a while to get it there. By the way, in terms of announcements, before I leave today, in terms of announcements, I worked late last night. That's why I was late this morning. I was up late last night working on, you remember the Crapsathon, the 24 hours of interviews that we did. I've got all those videos finally cut down to size. I'm going to put a little, welcome to Pro Craps and a thanks for watching at the beginning and the end of those things, and start releasing those out on the casino channel. So you get to rewatch all the videos from the Crapsathon in smaller chunks. So I'll get those videos out probably one every couple of days as I get them recorded. So I'm releasing that stuff soon. That'll help. All right. I think it's it. I think it's all I got today. So thanks. It was a good hour right there. We did skill and luck strategy. We did a Wayland strategy. We saw them both win and we saw them both lose. We did the horseman that actually worked good today for us. We worked it to a win, which was nice. So a lot of craps got played today in a short amount of time. And I hope that there was something valuable in there for you. I'm going to keep at this. Dora, so that's not true. Not true at all. I worked this morning on what do you call it? I did a Wayland thing this morning and a skill and luck thing this morning. What I'm going to do with this 3-unit challenge thing is, as I see strategies, this to me, Duracell, is the time to play other strategies. Like I always say, I don't want to play other people's stuff because there's other channels that's their whole thing, is playing other people's stuff and like doing the comparisons. And I don't want to get into that game because I don't want to steal somebody's thunder. However, with a 3-unit challenge like this, that's a good way to say, okay, can this strategy work and win me 3 units? So expect a bunch of that. Yeah. You know what? And here's the reason why, Duracell, is I'm doing a lot of, I always do headless horsemen. I love it. And I like to do the comparisons of the two. I like to see, again, rhythm of table to me is a big thing. I think that there's a lot to that. The place betting strategies, for the most part, boil down to when and how you press, right? And I think you probably missed, maybe you didn't miss it. The week I did the Tom Brady strategy, which I love, by the way, and the 4 and 10 parlay strategy that I like to do. So I'll roll some of those things out here as well. But you're right. You come back to the dance with the girl that brung you sometimes, right? And that horseman, to me, it's just my favorite way to play. But look how I turned it into other things. I always turn it into other plays where I can. So anyway, that's good. Back again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may do, I don't know if TB12 works in this situation. With 15 units, that takes so much money to get out there. I do think, though, that the 410 with the hard ways will work well with a 15-unit challenge. I think that one actually has a chance to make us 3 units pretty quick. Maybe that's where we go tomorrow. I don't know. I'll think about it tonight and see which one we're gonna work through there tomorrow. So the 3-unit challenge is on. Okay, so I'm gonna work every day a different strategy to work 15 units up, 15 into 3. And again, out there for everybody else too, put your best stuff out there, right? I know Wayland's he's got some ladder stuff for us to explore that'll probably do pretty well. With 15 units backing you, you can do pretty good. You have a lot of bankroll there to make that thing happen. Curious to see what else people come up with. So that's it, guys. Happy Tuesday. Off to work we go. Y'all, thanks for watching. Appreciate your comments. And Duracell, I thank you for keeping me honest, right? If you don't like what you're seeing, you let me know about it and I will change what you see, right? That's the whole point of this thing. I want to make sure that we're putting out content that is valuable, not just the things I want to talk about. So make sure that I'm trying to make sure that I'm hitting the points that need to be hit. So with that said, off to work we go. Everybody have a great day and enjoy, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless everybody.